would even make sense? Like, would you say this is a big fight? Understandably, the legacy is there for Bud. But what is he, 39, 37? Something like that. And you're right there in the thick of your prime, right? Would that even be a thing? Like, you know?
No, it's definitely a big fight if he was a return, but he returned, I beat him, they're gonna be like he was old. Like, it's always gonna be something. Like, it's like I said, when people be bringing up his name, I don't even really be caring. Like, he retired, like, it's like he just talking. He doing what retired people do, or talk, like.
We know what the super fight is. We know what the super fight is. Super fight isn't Sebastian Fundora. The super fight isn't Virgil Ortiz. The super fight isn't Josh Kelly. There's no one at 160. The super fight is Terence Bud.
During his appearance on the Pivot podcast, Jaron "Boots" Ennis outlined the career path he has planned for himself. He explained that his first priority is becoming the unified and lineal champion at 147 pounds before moving up to the 154-pound division. Once he makes that jump, Ennis believes it will only take a few fights to collect more world titles, saying he expects to become a unified champion there within a short period. He made it clear that winning championships across multiple weight classes is the legacy he wants to build and the way he plans to establish himself among boxing's greatest fighters.
I'm like, I want to be an all-time great, you know, and stamp my name in whatever division I'm at. In every division I'm at, I want to collect every belt, each and like, and just take over the division, you know, and I did it at 147. You know, I was able to be unified and, you know, lineal champion at 147. And those guys were down there playing around, and so I just moved up, and I feel way better at 54, and now I'm a unified champ within 2 fights at 154, and it's on the undisputed now. You know, one by one, just keep knocking these guys down one by one. I'm already stamped myself in the boxing game already, because I'm a 2-weight division champ.
While discussing the unsuccessful negotiations for a fight with Virgil Ortiz Jr., Ennis explained that the opportunity simply came at the wrong time. Instead of waiting around for one particular opponent, he said his main focus is facing whichever top contender is prepared to step into the ring next. One name that especially interests him is Sebastian Fundora because of his towering height and unusual fighting style. Ennis believes a showdown with Fundora would give him the chance to showcase another dimension of his abilities and demonstrate that he can dominate even much bigger opponents.
And what I loved about you was like, give me the next one up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like let's roll. I commend both you and Xander in this sense on being like, we're gonna try to fight the best person that's out there, no matter what the consequences of a loss are. To me, those are the boxers that I love, because you like, man, the next one up is the...
Ennis also shared his thoughts on how he envisions the final stage of his boxing career. Rather than continuing to compete beyond his physical prime, he said he intends to carefully monitor how his body responds over the years and currently expects to retire around the age of 35. Before that day arrives, however, he wants to pursue championships across multiple divisions. His original goal has always been to become the undisputed champion at 147, 154, 160, and possibly even 168 pounds, and that dream continues to drive his motivation every day.
Started this journey, you know, if you were writing down, this is what I want to do, what would those accomplishments be?
Early on, when I first turned pro, my goals was to be undisputed at 147, 154, 160, and maybe 168.
Wow.
I think 168 gonna be my cutoff mark. At 147, I was able to become unified and lineal champ. So that was I had the IBF, the WBA, the Super WBA, and the Ring magazine. And like I said before, they was all playing around and stuff like that. So I couldn't get the other 2 belts. But now that I'm at 54, I'm gonna do that 54, be undisputed at 54, and then 60, and then maybe 168, or who knows, 60 could be my.
Looking ahead to the future, Ennis addressed the ongoing speculation surrounding possible opponents, including Terence Crawford. While expressing respect for everything Crawford has achieved throughout his remarkable career, Ennis emphasized that opinions from retired fighters or outside critics have no impact on his mentality. His complete focus remains on his own journey and the challenges that lie directly ahead.
Yeah, he talking, but he retired. He ain't saying he want to fight, so he won't say he retired. Let him enjoy his retirement. And like he said, this is the Boots era. He said it himself. A couple people, a couple of my homies send it to me. He like, yo, he talking about this the Boots era. He know, yeah, it's different over here. I'm trying to tell you, it's different over here, yo. It's different.
Hypothetically, right? Would that be a fight that would even make sense? Like, would you say this is a big fight? Understandably, the legacy is there for Bud. But what is he, 39, 37? Something like that. And you're right there in the thick of your prime, right? Would that even be a thing? Like, you know?
No, it's definitely a big fight if he was a return, but he returned, I beat him, they're gonna be like he was old. Like it's always gonna be something. Like it's like I said, when people be bringing up his name, I don't even really be caring. Like he retired. Like it's like he just talking. He doing what retired people do. We talk. Like
speaking about a potential fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Terence Crawford, Bob Arum highlighted just how difficult Crawford is to compete against inside the ring. According to Arum, Crawford remains one of boxing's toughest opponents because he can smoothly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances without losing any effectiveness. He explained that this rare versatility makes Crawford an extremely dangerous challenge for any fighter.
He's a good fighter, and you know, it would take a real wizard to beat him. Crawford has something that no other fighter around has. And people haven't commented on it, and that is he fights equally well as a southpaw as a right-hander. And so when you train for a fight, usually the fighter he's fighting trains for him as an orthodox fighter, right-handed fighter. And so from the first round on, he'll turn southpaw, and the guy isn't ready for him. That's what beat Spence. Spence trained for the fight like he was fighting an orthodox fighter in Terence, and Terence fought him as a...
Trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre was asked whether Jaron Boots Ennis is beginning a new era of dominance similar to the one Terence Crawford established after Floyd Mayweather's reign. McIntyre praised Ennis as a tremendous talent but stopped short of declaring this to be the Boots era. Instead, he emphasized that today's boxing landscape is filled with elite fighters, mentioning names such as Shakur Stevenson and Naoya Inoue as stars who continue sharing the spotlight.
Just curious because I know Terence, you know, he had his era and he was very complimentary in the sense of like, look, it's like Floyd and me, like, that's never going to happen. And in a case like this is like the Boots era, right? So, I mean, with you who understands multi-divisions, like, do you kind of see Jaron kind of being one of those next guys, if anything, kind of following the footprints of?
I think he have to. I mean, he's a great fighter. He can start his own era like what he's doing now, but he got a lot of guys he got to compete with, like Shakur. You know, he got Inoue. You know, those guys are young and still fighting, so I ain't gonna really call it the Boots era. I just think he's a great fighter in the era with other guys that can say, this was my...
Robert Garcia believes Ennis demonstrated exactly why so many people consider him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. Even after taking several clean punches and going through a few uncomfortable moments, Garcia felt Ennis displayed tremendous determination along with the devastating power that has become his trademark. Those exchanges only increased Garcia's excitement about a future showdown with Virgil Ortiz Jr., predicting it would become an action-packed fight that fans and promoters alike would strongly support.
Got hurt a little bit. He got hit a little bit too much. So that's what boxing is. That's what makes fights a little more exciting. You know, now I'm pretty sure a lot of people that thought, oh, Boots could easily dominate Sayas, or he'll easily dominate Ortiz. Now they're gonna think, man, him against Ortiz is gonna be a fucking war, a beautiful fight. So it brings more attention to the fans to push for this fight, promoters to work together and make this fight happen because of what Boots showed last night. You know, besides him also getting hit and getting tagged and maybe even getting stunned and a couple of times, but he showed heart, he showed power. So that's one thing that people...
Garcia also explained that he expected Ennis to be pushed because Xander Zayas entered the fight with complete confidence in his own abilities. In Garcia's opinion, that kind of belief can make any boxer much more dangerous than many people expect. Although Ennis eventually scored 3 knockdowns before stopping the fight, Garcia insisted that the victory was far from easy. He noted that Boots had to absorb several powerful punches before taking control, adding that Zayas's confidence played a major role in keeping the contest competitive for as long as it lasted.
It's not going to be an easy fight for Boots because of Sanders' confidence. Sanders' confidence is his mentality throughout camp. Every interview, he felt he was going to win, and he was sure he was going to win. And that's a warrior mentality. That's a winner mentality. Those mentalities are guys tough to beat. So that's why Boots had a tough time. Even though, he beat him and stopped him and dropped him 3 times, but it wasn't easy either. He took some punches. So that those type of mentalities like Sanders had, it's tough to beat. And every time I heard him speak and the way the confidence I seen in him, I knew it was going to be easy. I knew it was going to be easy for Boots. And a lot of people thought it was going to be easy, but no, I knew it because of Zaya's confidence.
Ennis revealed that he usually steps into every fight with a detailed game plan already prepared. Before facing Xander Zayas, he had decided that he would immediately apply pressure from the opening bell instead of relying on a more cautious boxing strategy. Fighting aggressively was important because he wanted to eliminate any chance of a close decision, especially while competing in New York against a hometown favorite supported by a passionate Puerto Rican crowd.
Yeah, my last fight I had, yeah.
What? He whooped the hell out of that little Puerto Rican boy. I went and looked at the fight this morning. He beat the hell out of that little Puerto Rican boy.
Yo, yeah, but like that fight, like I already knew, like, going into that fight, I'm like, I'm gonna go dog him. Like I'm gonna go take them belts from him and show the world that's how you take belts from a champion. Cause at the end of the day, you don't know how them scorecards gonna look. I basically for him in his hometown, kind of sorta, cause he Puerto Rican and that's New York is a Puerto Rican fan base. So I'm like, I'm gonna be my own 2 judges.
Reflecting on the widely discussed 3rd round against Xander Zayas, Ennis admitted that he became slightly too comfortable after dominating the early rounds with relative ease. After reviewing the fight multiple times, he believes that moment is something he can fix during future training camps. He rejected suggestions that he had been seriously hurt, explaining that he was actually trying to calm Zayas down after the crowd boosted his confidence. Ennis added that a boxer who is truly hurt normally retreats and covers up instead of continuing to exchange punches.
The first 2 rounds was so easy. I feel like I watched the fight like 5 times. I'm like, I could just see myself just getting like lazy a little bit. And these are things that I want to work on when I'm in camp. Like, don't get lazy. Like, just you gotta like stay sharp at all times. I don't care how easy it get. If it get easy, get them out of there. Cause boxing can happen. So I got a little lazy, and everybody thought I was hurt, but I can see where everybody see, cause it do look crazy. But I wasn't hurt. I was trying to calm him down, cause he got hyped when the crowd got hyped. So when he was throwing punches, I'm just like, I'm gonna shoot with him, try to catch him in between. A couple little times I quarter shot and he like went through the glove and he was like swinging me. One joint he pushed out with a clean right hand. Like it was like little stuff like that. Like everybody thought I was hurt, but I wasn't. I really was chilling. I was cool. If a fighter is hurt, they're gonna be on retreat mode. They're gonna shell up. They're gonna box and move. They're gonna be dizzy. Like I wasn't on. I was cool. I was calm, and I controlled myself. And next round I came back out, and I wound up hurting him. Probably seconds later. And the next round I came back out and continued doing what I was doing.
Boots Ennis's father also gave his perspective on the entertaining style that has turned his son into a fan favorite. While recognizing that Boots possesses the technical skills to outbox opponents behind a disciplined jab, he explained that his son's natural instincts always push him toward applying relentless pressure. According to him, Boots enjoys forcing the action, maintaining a non-stop pace, and overwhelming opponents with constant offensive attacks.
One of my guys that I like, man. That's why you see me out there. He's one of them top guys, man, to me. He's a good fighter, man. But I knew he couldn't do nothing with Boots. Man, I told you something, but Joe ain't seen the best of him yet. They gotta bring it out of myself. You know what I mean? You see when he's bringing it out, he get nasty. He likes to knock everybody out, but I told him relax. You gotta relax, take your time, man. You know what I mean? But he get excited, man. He like to fight. I ain't nothing I can do about it. Who do you think you're gonna bring up the rest of your son? I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to bring up the best. You know what I mean? You know? But Fandor, I like Fandor. What else is it? Fandor? I like to fight him. I think Ortiz. That'll be a good one.
Hackett spoke very highly of Ennis, describing him as a complete all-around athlete rather than someone whose entire life has been focused exclusively on boxing. He argued that athletes who spend their youth competing in multiple sports often develop stronger coordination, greater creativity, and better adaptability. In Hackett's opinion, that broader athletic background provides Ennis with unique qualities inside the ring that many lifelong boxers simply do not have.
I think you and Jaron sparred and shared the ring a lot. A lot of people was kind of saying he's the guy to beat Virgil, he's the guy to beat Fedor. Do you feel that same way? Or is it kind of 50-50 with those names?
I think he is the guy to beat those guys. You know, he's a very talented fighter, very versatile fighter, and he's an athlete. You know, people take that out of the equation. You know, a lot of guys we see when they climb the ranks, you check their background and they've always been boxers. So it's like certain the creative aspect isn't as wide compared to a guy who's a pure athlete who, you know, played multiple sports growing up, still, you know, funds around hobbies with multiple sports. You know, those guys that are like pure athletes, they tend to be better overall fighters, in my opinion.
Do you think at this point he's going to have to move up multiple weight classes to have a challenge? Or is, you know, Fedor and Virgil a guys that could potentially beat him?
Those will be challenges, but I think those are challenges where he will come out.
Jaleel Hackett reflected on how much his generation has accomplished, remembering an event years ago in New Jersey where he, Jaron Ennis, and several other promising prospects gathered together to support Vito Milnicki Jr. Looking at how far they have all come, Hackett praised Ennis's battle with Xander Zayas, calling it a legitimate Fight of the Year contender because of its non-stop action and competitiveness. He also credited Zayas for accepting such a dangerous challenge when he easily could have chosen a much safer opponent.
To see how everyone's career, like look at Jaron. Like Jaron just had a great performance with Xander. Like what did you think about that performance?
Amazing, you know, fight of the year type performance. It was very back and forth all the way till it ended. You know, Boots is a hell of a fighter. Xander, young lion, you know, he didn't have to take that fight. He went out there and dared to be great. Took that fight. You know, definitely hats off to both fighters. And even, you know,
Ennis revealed that he hopes to compete at least one more time before the end of the year as he continues pursuing the undisputed championship at 154 pounds. He described this stage of his career as the period where he is building the legacy he wants to leave behind. Among the current title holders in the division, he specifically mentioned Sebastian Fundora, Virgil Ortiz Jr., and Josh Kelly. Although he remains interested in facing Ortiz, he admitted there is no guarantee that the fight will eventually become reality.
I think he wants to fight you at this point. I know y'all had whatever y'all had before, but I mean, it's a new day, new division, like you here now. So do you think that fight can be made?
I don't know. I hope so. You know, we went all the way down to his fight by ourselves. They ain't pay for nothing. We paid for our own flight, hotel, our own ticket. We went all the way down there to him and Lubin fight. I get all the way in the ring and all that stuff. We arguing back and forth. I'm thinking it's done. I get out the ring, I'm thinking it's done. I wake up the next day, I hear him talking about some Errol Spence's dream fight. I'm like, hey bro, it just in there. I'm like, what's going on? That's like him coming to my fight. We getting in front of each other, and I'm like, Danny Garcia, my dream fight. Like, right. The fans be going crazy. Like, yo, I don't know, it's crazy. But I thought that fight was done. Hopefully do. You know, if not, whatever, so be it. You know, like I said, I'm down here. I'm already. This is my second fight at this weight class, and I'm already a unified champion. He's been at this weight class for how long now? So I don't know. So like I said, I'm here to collect these belts and take over this division. So, you know, I ain't doing too much.
While discussing the balance between financial success and legacy, Ennis admitted that earning money is important because of the responsibilities he carries outside the ring. At the same time, he emphasized that building a lasting legacy means just as much to him. His ultimate goal is to retire with an undefeated record after winning championships in multiple weight divisions and defeating the very best opponents available throughout his career.
Legacy thing, and then making sure you get your paper and getting your chicken in negotiations. Like, what's the balance between like not giving too much and just being all legacy, but also being a businessman and a guy that's about legacy?
I mean, well, the older I'm getting now, you know, of course it's the money, you know, because I gotta eat, you know, I got family, I got stuff, I got business, I got cribs, I got house, I got stuff going on. So of course it's the money too, but that legacy really important to me as well too, because you know, you gotta stamp yourself. I don't want to be one of those boxers where they forget about you. You feel me? And I want to be one of them boxers where, like, when I retire as an undefeated, legend, I want them to be like then he did everything. He for everybody. He beat everybody. He moved up more.
Tim Bradley pointed out that Sebastian Fundora has up to a full year to satisfy his WBC mandatory obligation, but he believes Fundora's team has little desire to face Ennis before that deadline arrives. Bradley suggested that the matchup is being avoided for now, while also mentioning Josh Kelly as another possible opponent. He added that Virgil Ortiz Jr. is currently dealing with legal matters, yet still believes an Ennis versus Ortiz showdown is the fight boxing fans deserve to see next.
Fundora wanting to fight because he don't have to fight his mandatory. I'm letting y'all know that right now. He got a year to fight his mandatory. An entire year with the WBC, right? And all he has to do is ask the WBC, hey, I want to pursue this bigger venture with Boots Ennis, but as you see, the manager, all right, they don't want it to do anything. They don't want anything to do with Boots. Nothing to do with Boots. And so people saying, well, Boots ain't fight nobody. Boots ain't fight. So now he wants to fight somebody, right? And nobody wants to fight him. And nobody wants to fight him. So we've heard that Josh Kelly might want to do it because Hearns got Josh Kelly. Okay, that's might want to do it. Virgil is tied up in litigation. Hopefully he can get his stuff together because that's the fight that I want to see first. I want to see Virgil and Boots first. But if you can't get that, then why is Fundora, hiding and ducking and, the towering inferno? And I got nothing but love and respect for him because that man is from around my way. He's from around my way. He from the valley. I got none but respect for Fundora, okay? But I think what it is that they see the danger in fighting him right now. He's hot right now.
As calls continue growing louder for a blockbuster clash with Virgil Ortiz Jr. and constant discussions surround a dream fight against Terence Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis has become one of the biggest talking points in boxing. Enormous opportunities are waiting just around the corner, and now the biggest question is no longer whether Boots is ready. It is which elite fighter will ultimately be willing to stand across the ring from him.